Are you ready to talk about some colorful makeup news and a little bit of makeup tea? Well, we are here just for that. And let's start with some tea. Nikkietutorials is collaborating with Too Faced again. And in case you're wondering, why is this a big deal? Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna tell you. But let's watch a little bit of her video first, the beginning of her video, because the second part of her video is just the review of the Too Faced Peach collection, which I'm sure you can check out her socials if you want to. But the tea is in the beginning. Okay, let's go.
You're gonna want to sit down.
The not so subtle reference to the Michaela Nogueira video about her divorce.
And you're gonna want to sit down for this video.
You're gonna want to sit down for that video. I'm getting a divorce, said Michaela Nogueira, not Nikkie. We all remember that, like, why should we sit down, right? But here, this is really something interesting for us.
Too Faced and I are working together. Are working together again? I know. I know. Take a minute. Take a minute. The Peach collection is back.
That's Michaela, like,
Take a minute.
take a minute.
Take it in.
And apparently so am I. If you've been around since 2016, you know Too Faced and I have history. But a lot can change in 10 years. A lot. You know, we're older, wiser. My accountant no longer hyperventilates when Too Faced emails. And honestly, seeing the Peach collection back after all this time, it brought me back. So when they reached out, I was like, you know what? Why the hell not? I mean, look at us. Who would have thought? Not me. I'll tell you that. Okay, this is the Peach.
Okay, so then comes the review of the Peach collection, which once again you can check Nikkietutorials gram, that's where I found this video. But here's the thing about Nikkietutorials and Too Faced, just in case you didn't know, you probably know everything about it. Just to catch you up, about 10 years ago, I think, in 2016, could be like 2017 or something like that, Nikkietutorials and Too Faced collaborated and launched a palette which it was called The Power of Makeup after Nikkietutorials' video The Power of Makeup had gone viral. So big brand Too Faced wanted to collaborate with her. She was of course very happy, and she created a palette that she curated the colors for. They curated the design. Basically, she was very proud of this palette. She made a YouTube video showcasing the palette, you know, from all the angles, the packaging, the shades, the swatches, the looks with this palette, and it looked really good in the video. And by the time Nikkietutorials obviously already had a huge fan base, so as soon as the palette was launched by Too Faced, people rushed to buy it. Then a lot of reviews started to come in, not like one or two. There will always be someone who doesn't like the product. It's inevitable. No product is liked by everyone. But a lot of reviews started to come in criticizing the palette, precisely the quality of the palette, not some subjective things like the color choices, but the quality. People were basically accusing Nikkie of deceiving them because she made it look so good in the video, when in reality the palette was not that great of a quality. And Nikkie just basically seemed very surprised at first. And later it turned out that there were two different batches of this palette created. The first one went to Nikkie, maybe like to the Too Faced for presentation, for putting it on models, and maybe also to somebody in the PR list. And that was a good quality palette. And the next batch, the second one, was the one that went to most customers. And that was a crappy quality palette, which I can only assume was cheaper to make. So basically they did Nikkie very dirty. It almost ruined her reputation until people understood. And she was also not able to like fully disclose what was going on. But then, like with, you know, hints and subtle explanations, people got it, that it was Too Faced's fault. And they actually created a different batch of the palette, and everybody was very mad at Too Faced and not mad at Nikkie anymore. Moreover, later we learned that the money that Nikkie got paid for this palette, that was Jeffree Star speaking on that, I'm sure she couldn't disclose that either, was a very small amount for such a collaboration, for such a big influence that Nikkie had, and for the amount of the palettes sold. So she got paid $50,000 a flat fee, and that was it. She didn't get a single penny for the percentage of the palettes sold. And Too Faced sold, I think Jeffree Star mentioned something like around 10 million was the amount of money that Too Faced made from selling those palettes. So that was absolutely insane. But it does not end there. The story of Nikkie and Too Faced has another side to it. Nikkie was apparently blackmailed by somebody working for Too Faced who threatened to out her story before her I'm coming out video, which she made to take her power back, to stop being blackmailed, and which she absolutely successfully did. But obviously it's not something that, you know, you would easily forget. It's not a pleasant experience. It's something that kind of stays with you. But since then, Too Faced has been sold to different owners. I suppose there are completely different people working there now, and this is basically a different company. Like, this is the same brand, they have the same style. Yes, they maybe have some of the good formulas that Too Faced used to have, or maybe they reformulated everything, but basically it's already a company owned by Estee Lauder. Totally different. All the people who were in charge at the time when Nikkietutorials worked with them 10 years ago, they are now gone, they're now elsewhere, so I'm guessing she decided to give them a second chance, which I honestly love to see. I love to see that the story kind of has a happy ending. I'm very glad, although I'm not particularly interested in the peach collection because Too Faced is not my style, you know, it's too natural and kind of boring makeup for the style that I have, but I'm sure a lot of people enjoy it. And now let's go on to the colorful makeup news and see what we have gotten in the last month. Unearthly Cosmetics launched the Opal Abyss collection in the end of June. The Opal Abyss palette, and that's a whole collection. There is the palette, which is very pretty in my opinion. Maybe a little bit too many browns for my taste, but it's still colorful. I still like it. There are also highlighters and lipsticks in this collection, the Menacing Metals lipsticks. I really love the pink one, so cute. I mean the lighter pink one. It's kind of similar to this color, but a bit more muted and obviously metallic. And what I like about the highlighter, that it comes in a mystery packaging. I think this is the correct way to do the mystery things, because you know what product you're getting. The most important is the product, right? The highlighter that you put on your face and the way it's gonna look on you. This is not that highlighter, it's just a similar one. And so you know exactly what you're paying for, because I, for example, hate buying mystery items when I don't know what I'm gonna get. Like, why would I pay money for that? What if I don't like it, right? And here you know that you will like it if you want this highlighter, but you don't know which packaging you're gonna get. Both are, in my opinion, pretty, and the packaging is not the most important part, so it can be like a little fun without risking your money to buy a product that you don't need, in my opinion. Exactly the right way to do, you know, mystery things. Just change the packaging slightly, but don't change the product. Oh yes, there was another tea, by the way, kind of, in early stages, and we don't know what will be the result. Rhode Beauty launched their new bronzer, and apparently some people found like white residue around the bronzer stick. The bronzer is in the stick. And Rhode eventually, they at first told the customers to stop using the product, which a lot of people are mad about, but I mean, what else could they say? Continue using it? Obviously not. So they told people to stop using the product, and later they told that it was like wax melt or something like that, basically like wax coming out of the bronzer stick, which might or might not be true. Like, remember the Jaclyn Hill lipsticks? Oh my god. These were the lipsticks that were launched by Jaclyn Kosmetics, I think the brand was called. They were absolutely terrible. There were like hairs in them. Nobody found hairs here, only this like white residue, and people were like, is it mold? Is it something nasty? And they were eventually like, we took a look at it and it's just like wax. But I don't know, I still wouldn't like to use the product, and Rhode always seems to have some problems with their formulas. They launched peptide lip glosses, I think last winter, and a lot of people received them with like crystallized things there, and Rhode said, oh, it's because they traveled in the cold, you have to like boil them in a pan. Like, what? Paying so much for a lip gloss to boil it in a pan just because it doesn't withstand like the normal cold temperatures that are like normal winter temperatures? So you mean to tell me I cannot carry it in my bag in winter? Weird. They always seem, not always, but like every second product, they seem to have a problem with the formulas. for a brand like this that charges a lot of money. No, no, no. Now for the good stuff. The Summerween collection was launched by Dieverune Cosmetics, and if you know me, you know I love summer and I love Halloween, so Summerween collections are always right up my alley. And this one is so beautiful. This is a highlighter palette. You can also use it as eyeshadows, as iridescent eyeshadow toppers, as lip toppers, basically as any topper shades. It is called Boo Drops, and then there is a palette of creams, which is called Creepy Creams, and these are meant to be like for the lips, the eyes, and the face, but I honestly would not use them on the eyes because for someone with oily lids, anything creamy is just a no-no. If you don't have an oily lids problem, I guess you might try using them as eyeshadow bases, for example, or just as like standalone eyeshadows. I would not do that, but I would definitely use this on my lips. I like 5 colors. I don't really like this peach color. The rest I really love. The Haunted Highlighters, the Summerween Single Shadows, and the Gloomy Glosses. And then also the Mini Ghosty Glaze Cream Highlighter Mascaras. They launched new mascaras. The mascara colors I think are awesome. Chartreuse, Orchid, and Coral. First of all, so unique. I would use that Orchid definitely all the time. And the Chartreuse, I would use it too. And just in case you don't like when your lashes are too light, lighter than your makeup, what I love to do is create an ombre mascara. Like I put darker mascara here and lighter in the inner corner. It always looks so cute. By the way, before we go any further, let me just tell you I got something in PR. I cannot tell you what exactly, although I'm dying to, and I'm already creating looks with it, and this will be one of the first channels where you will see everything about this new collection as soon as the brand reveals it, because obviously I won't publish it sooner, I won't leak it, but as soon as the brand reveals it, you will see like the swatches, the looks created, and this is such a pretty product. So just keep an eye on this channel. Curst Kosmetics has rebranded to Curst Beauty, and they have launched a new website, curstbeauty.com. They have created some new colors of their Batty liners, and they have brought back one of the favorite colors of their lip potions, matte lip potions, which are basically just matte liquid lipsticks, and they have brought back the Amulet color. Oh, oops. I have it here. This one is obviously like the old one that says Curst Kosmetics. I am not sure if they changed like the internal packaging. Well, obviously they would write beauty instead of cosmetics, but I just wanted to show you the color, which is very actually similar to this one right here, which is such a beautiful, you know, denim, slightly purplish blue, like very slightly. It's still definitely a blue, but I just wanted to show you because on the website, it's like a very different blue. I don't know why, but it's a very different blue on the website. At Curst Beauty, you can still use my code themirror that was valid with Curst Kosmetics and get 10% off. And their matte lip potions are really good quality. And now I just wanted to show you this. That's not exactly a super new release, although it was released this year. The NYX Inky Stix. I will make a dedicated video to that. It's one of the eyeliners that I'm currently wearing on my eyes, and I really, really love the quality. I was pleasantly surprised. It's really good. It lasts super well on my oily lids. It's good to apply. I will make a whole video about that. Let me know if you are interested, if that's something that you would like to see. Give Me Glow Cosmetics launched Meet Our Down to Earth Part 2. So they launched a Down to Earth palette Part 2, which I think is really pretty. A lot of duochromes, some browns, of course, but still, once again, pretty colorful. M81 Cosmetics, which is a brand that I had already told you about, a science-themed indie makeup brand based in the US. They have launched the new Petrified palette, but I think they have already sold the pre-orders out. But they still have the single eyeshadows, which are not exactly single eyeshadows, but those are like triple eyeshadows in one pan. So like 3 eyeshadows in a pan. They still have those pseudomorph shadows. And I think these are so pretty. I especially love the one that has purple and green. I would actually love to order that. I don't know when I will have the opportunity, but I would love to. Now, Blendbunny Cosmetics has upgraded their Sickly Sweet palette. They have created new shimmers and they are selling them separately. so that you can buy them and change the shimmers in your Sickly Sweet palette to their new, more sparkly, more shiny formula. Obviously, if you're happy with the shimmers you have, if you have this palette, no need to buy them, but in case you want the new sparklier formula, you can buy them separately without buying the whole new palette, or obviously you can buy the whole new palette too, if that's something you want, if maybe you didn't have this palette. Holotaco is having their 7th anniversary. This is a nail polish brand. I cannot believe they've been around for 7 years already. I feel like they have just launched. And by the way, the quality of this nail polish is absolutely gorgeous. Like, I have a lot of their nail polishes and I love the quality. Rhode Beauty has launched a Soft Pinch Lip Oil Stick. Rhode Beauty's Soft Pinch Lip Oil Stick is a juicy 3-in-1 hybrid that treats like an oil, shines like a gloss, and delivers bold, buildable color that is comfortable to wear for up to 12 hours. So what they're trying to say is a lip balm. It's a lip balm. I decided to mention it because they do have multiple colors, but I don't really think they will be showing up too much on the lips. Although in the swatches, they're kind of showing up, but basically it's a tinted lip balm. And I don't know why they had to invent a whole new name for that. About Face has expanded the range of their matte fluid eye paint, and they have added a beige, a brown, a dusty pink, and a blue and a green. Quite pretty colors if you're using them for eyeshadow bases. Obviously, these browns and beiges might come in handy. Sugarpill has said that people have asked for years to relaunch their black eyeshadow, Bulletproof it's called, in their original packaging that they first had when they launched their eyeshadows, which I think is very cool. It will be limited edition. And Sugarpill, just in case you didn't know, I have a palette here with me. It's my favorite matte eyeshadow formula. Also the metallics too, but the shadow we're talking about is matte. It's my absolute favorite formula for oily lids. It never creases. It blends like a dream and it never creases. Like, never ever. That doesn't happen. And Lethal Cosmetics has launched the collection in the collaboration with Legend of Korra, and I think this is just such a beautiful collection. In case you didn't know, I have recently had the opportunity to try Lethal Cosmetics. Their mattes last very well. Their holochromes and multichromes last very well. The only eyeshadow that did not last very well on my super oily lids was a very foiled eyeshadow. Like, that one creased in a couple of hours, which is also like not the worst result for sure, but the other ones didn't crease at all. And this Legend of Korra collection is just so good. I can't even choose which palette I like more. They're both so pretty. Then they have 2 eyeliner sets, 2 glittery eyeliner sets, 2 absolutely beautiful highlighters, a color-changing sponge that responds to the temperature. So when you take the sponge in your warm hands, it actually changes color. And unfortunately, they don't have any significant lip products except for this like lip oil / lip gloss. And they also have a set of sheet masks as skincare, which look like avatar paint. So I think that's really cool. But I think the coolest things are, of course, you know, the palettes, the highlighters, and the eyeliners. And I would love them all, honestly. Actually, I think this is a highlighter maybe and a blush. Yeah, this one is more of a blush color as it seems, but obviously you can use it interchangeably for highlighter, for blush, for whatever you want. And in case you want to know more makeup tea and what has happened recently and what makeup dramas there have been, here's a playlist, Makeup Controversies, where you will find it all. See you there. Bye.